The bruises showed up before the coffee did, dark fingerprints blooming on the waitress's wrists as she reached across the counter in the bright morning light, and the room seemed to hold its breath when the biker gang leader noticed them. Boots scuffed against the tile, engines murmured outside, and in that ordinary roadside diner, something irreversible began. What most of the town expected from men like him was fear, noise, and trouble. What they got instead would leave them stunned. If you believe in kindness and second chances, take a moment right now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Life Spark Stories. Because stories like this remind us that compassion can rise from the most unexpected places. The diner sat along a two-lane highway where sunlight poured through wide windows and dust danced lazily in the air. It was a place that served breakfast all day and hope in small portions. Elena Cross worked there every morning, tying her hair back before sunrise and forcing a smile that never quite reached her eyes. She carried plates with careful precision, as if the world might shatter if she moved too fast. The bruises were not new. They were just newly visible in the short sleeves she wore to survive the heat. Most people looked away, some pretended not to see, a few whispered after she passed, none of them helped. Marcus Hale did not fit the diner's quiet rhythm. He was broad-shouldered, bearded, and scarred, the leader of the Iron Vultures, a biker club the town tolerated but never trusted. His presence alone usually sent people reaching for their wallets or their excuses. That morning, his crew filled half the booths, sunlight glinting off leather and metal. Marcus sat where he could see the door, a habit carved into him by years of hard living. When Elena approached with a pot of coffee, he noticed the way her hands trembled and the way her sleeves slid back to reveal pain she hadn't earned. Marcus knew bruises. He knew what fear looked like when it hid behind politeness. The world expected him to bark orders or cause a scene, but he did neither. He watched. He listened. He saw the way Elena flinched when a shadow crossed her path and how relief flickered when she realized it was only another customer. The challenges in her life pressed against her from every side. A job that barely paid, a home that felt like a trap, and a town that preferred silence to discomfort. Change did not come easily to people like her. As the morning wore on, Marcus made a choice that would ripple through the diner and beyond. He paid the bill for his entire table and left a tip that made Elena's hands shake harder, not with fear this time, but confusion. Then he did something the town would talk about for weeks. He came back the next day, and the next. Always in daylight, always calm, always respectful. His presence became a shield. The whispers softened. The shadows retreated. People began to notice that nothing bad happened when the bikers were around. In fact, things felt safer. Word travels fast in small towns, especially when expectations are broken. Marcus didn't threaten anyone. He didn't posture or intimidate. He simply made it clear, through consistent actions, that harm would not be ignored. He connected Elena with help she never thought she could ask for, resources the town had but rarely used. He stood between her and the life that bruised her, not as a savior, but as a witness who refused to look away. The hardest challenge for Elena was learning to believe she deserved better. The hardest challenge for Marcus was letting the town see a different version of him. Day by day, the diner felt brighter. Elena's steps grew steadier. Her sleeves grew shorter. The bruises faded, replaced by something fragile and powerful, confidence. The town, shocked into reflection, followed Marcus's lead. Neighbors offered rides, meals, quiet support. The Iron Vultures organized a charity ride in broad daylight, engines humming not with menace but purpose. People who had crossed the street to avoid them now waved. If this story is touching your heart, please take a moment to like, comment, and share this video. Your engagement helps stories of compassion reach people who need them most. Just before the ending, we have a special request for you. Comment, "I choose kindness," if you believe one brave act can change an entire town.